Hi everyone, I'm Lee Clark, CEO of your rescue mission. I'm here in the day resource room in men's shelter with Mike Meaden. Now Mike is our manager over men's emergency shelter, and over these last weeks we've had some stability, we've had some good success. Nobody's gotten sick, fortunately. We're so incredibly grateful during this time of that. But I wanted Mike to share just a little bit about what it's like in men's shelter for the men coming in today, what they're doing during the day, and how they're working towards stability.
The big thing is obviously the difference in hours, where we used to bring guests in at any time after 4:30. So now we're catering for them virtually right around the clock. The guests that are here on the property, we're able to deal with the guests that are working. If we field phone calls from them, whereas before the supervisors may not have been available during the off-peak time. So they're getting a greater degree of cooperation and interaction with all of the mission. So that includes case management. They're able to be more intensively case managed on a regular basis. So that caters to their needs as regards all the other services that the mission provides as regard health and everything in general.
So the clinic, they're able to see doctors during this time to get their next steps sorted. Working with case managers, there's a high percentage of guys right now of the men who are in shelter who are working and going into work every day and doing those right things. They're saving money, they're working toward housing. We've had a number of men over these last months who've been able to get into housing as a result of working with their case managers. So good things going on, and as you mentioned, we have day shelter here on site now as well. So the men during this COVID-19 crisis are able to stay here on site at the mission. They're able to do some volunteering as well, so they're able to get involved in the life of the mission to give back a little bit.
As well as the interaction with all the other services, the interaction with us on a personal basis is a lot greater. We get to know them a great deal. We're able to put them into areas that we not normally have the time and availability to be able to do that around the mission, and they can volunteer in their areas, and that helps us a great deal.
And so for a man maybe who has not been able to work for a while, and he's trying hard to do those next steps, he's just maybe not very confident in his ability to work, or maybe even what the expectations might be in an employment situation. So in those volunteer roles, through coaching from our staff and through encouragement from each other, they're learning some valuable skills, they're feeling self-confident, and it's helping them in those next steps as they work with their case manager to find jobs.
And even through this, there's still, as Lee said, there's still successful move-outs, so that hasn't stopped. In fact, I got a phone call this morning from a guy who's moving back to his family in Pennsylvania.
Oh wow, that's very cool. So those important next steps, reconnections with the family, connections with employment, saving, working with case managers, even hearing the good news of the gospel here at the rescue mission. That's one of the most important foundations of the mission, is to get the good news of Christ, and that love is a part of those healthy next steps. So medical care, spiritual care, job skills and training and support, getting into jobs, even helping people get the clothes that they need to go to work happens here at the rescue mission.
It certainly does, and whereas those hours weren't available before, now, as all good comes out of a disaster. So we have rearranged our schedule to fit in with what we're doing at the moment, and there's some real positives come out of that.
Absolutely. Mike, you and your team are available around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The work of the rescue mission never stopped. And Mike will be the first person to tell you he and his team are not doing it alone. They're doing it in connection with the folks in the food services team, or in the pantry, or in the clinic, or
DRC,
in the donation center. All those different areas of the mission are working together for the good of those that we serve. We're helping hurting people in Jesus' name. And Mike, you're an important part of that. We're so grateful for the work you're doing.
One part, credit to the other 6 guys that we have, both full-time and part-time, and luckily enough, we're going through a really good patch at the moment as regards having enough people within the men's shelter framework. It's something that we haven't had in the past, so that's a blessing in itself.
Those staff members who they love the Lord and they love the men we serve, and And together, there's a really wonderful spirit. You know, I was telling you earlier, just walking through day shelter or walking around the mission campus and talking to the guys that are here, there's a sense of gratitude. There's a sense of really of blessing, of feeling blessed that no one's gotten sick from COVID-19 here at the mission. Serving a lot of people, about 150 people every day, every night here at the mission, around the clock, and dedicated men like Mike and his team are making all the difference. So Mike, thank you.
Thanks.
And if you're watching this and you want to get involved, we're here. We have volunteer opportunities, we have ways that you can give and support the mission. Check out our website at rescuemission.net to learn more. And again, thank you.